This is probably true. Please be aware that the following contains strong language and adult themes. It would be boring without them.
Okay, this one is pretty off the cuff, and so I'm not sure how coherent it's going to be, but never mind. As I'm recording this, it is the 16th of April, 2025, and the Supreme Court in the UK has just handed down a ruling that is quite damaging and not great for trans people, siding instead, as it did, with some bitter Scottish transphobes with nothing better to do with their time than hate on other people. Such fun. The process of reaching this particular ruling on trans people involved no trans people at all. No witnesses, no testimonies, no expert opinions from trans people. No one. Which really should tell you all you need to know. I'm not a lawyer, clearly. I'm an idiot who wastes the internet's time with knob jokes, and I like it that way. Thank you very much. But having heard from or listened to is a better way of putting it. Lots of people who are lawyers and are quite high up enough to know how stuff goes with the Supreme Court and things like this, all of them have said that this is an inarguable legal case, as in not, this could have some interesting ramifications, or, yes, a debate that's been meaning to be solved for a long time. Inarguable, as in should not be argued, as in there's nothing here to argue about. It's a waste of everyone's resources and precious time on this silly little planet to even entertain this. It should not have been brought before a judge at all. And yet, here we fucking are. This isn't just a trans issue. This shouldn't only be of interest or importance to people who are transgender. This should be something for the whole LGBTQ community and their allies. Yes, straight people, your turn. Anyone who thinks, it doesn't bother me, doesn't involve me, I'm not trans, needs a gentle kick in the tits. Everyone remembers, or everyone talks about, the Stonewall riots and what an amazing turning point in queer history they were, and equal rights that came after that, and blah, 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 blah. And, all right, fine, remember that story. Remember how the police were beating and targeting and brutalizing these poor queer people who just wanted to be left alone to live their lives. Remember how they were being dragged out of the Stonewall Inn at the time and thrown in the back of this van to be beaten and God knows what else. Remember all those people who were stood around, who weren't in the bar, who weren't being dragged out, but were just stood in the street watching this happen. They weren't being dragged away and chucked in a van. They could have gone home, had something to eat, gone to bed, slept perfectly fine. But they didn't. Because someone said, isn't someone going to help us or do something? Or, for the love of fuck, what are you doing? And then stuff started to happen. And it didn't happen because it affected them directly. No one there who picked up a bottle or a stone or punched a policeman in the face did so because they thought they were changing history and they were doing the right thing because they're the hero and the main character. No, bollocks. I don't actually know why any of them did do it. It doesn't matter. Maybe some of them did think of themselves as the main character, and this was them striking a blow for freedom and all that bollocks. Maybe some of them saw some of their friends getting dragged out and wanted to wade in and help someone they knew. Maybe some of them just did it because it was the right thing to do. Probably more than one of them joined in because they'd had a bad day and they felt like punching a policeman. We've all been there, but it doesn't matter. The point isn't why they did it. The point is that they chose a side and they acted. And there is no middle ground here. If you were standing outside the Stonewall Inn and you watched those people getting dragged out, beaten by the police and chucked in that van, you are either on the side of the police because you're letting them get away with it, even if you're not doing it yourself, you are allowing it to happen, or you're picking up a bottle or a brick or a stone or a shoe or God knows what else, and you're wading in and doing what you think needs to be done in that moment. Happily, nowadays, there's plenty of things that you can do that don't involve you getting immediately arrested. But don't let me stop you. If you want to go punch a policeman, Godspeed, you mad bastard, go for it. Just don't mention me in court, please and thank you. So anyway, there are plenty of things that you can do that won't get you arrested, probably. First off, always first, reach out to your trans friends, reach out to your queer friends, make sure they're okay. Go out for a drink with them, invite them around to watch a movie, touch their genitals if they give you consent. Anything that helps them feel better, you should be doing. And your friends should be doing the same for you. That's how it works. That's the first thing. Always the first thing. Look after the people. Look after your tribe. That's how it works. None of us survives long in isolation. We need each other. That's how we roll. And we are none of us alone. There's other things too. Get involved. Find some community groups to start going to. Write to your MP. Will it help? Don't know. Better to try than not try, innit? Because trying is better than not trying. Join a queer sports team, a knitting circle, a book club, doesn't matter. Go to protests if you want. It's great to go and stand in the street and have a shout. Fucking fantastic. I can recommend it. Not only because it's quite cathartic to get it all out, but also because you'll see that you are surrounded by other people. Because again, it's none of us as on our own. It's everyone together. And you'd be surprised how many people turn up to those kind of protests. No one thinks that being there that day is going to change everything. It's not what they're for. If nothing else, it can remind you about the other people who are involved and who are just as angry and sad and upset and frightened, fucking terrified of what's happening and what it means for the rest of us. And we are none of us alone. So, find your people. Join some groups. Go and stand in the street and have a good shout together, whatever you need to do. Because, like I said before, it gets better, but only if we work at it. All of us, all the time. No one person is going to save the day. There is no one coming to fix this. It's all of us doing little things all the time. Because the doing of the thing is the thing. It's not thinking about the thing. It's not talking about the thing. It's certainly not posting about the thing on the internet. The doing of the thing is the thing. We do what we can until we cannot. Because that's it, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's what community is. It's people sharing their lives, doing stuff together, generally saying, hello, I'm here too. You're not on your own. You don't have to do any of this by yourself. We all want that, don't we? Thing is, to get it for ourselves, we have to do it for other people. It's almost like that's how it works. You know, I don't actually like doing these ranty, angry, stroppy, preachy episodes. I'd much rather be telling knob jokes right now. I've got a really fun episode all about loud sex and stuff like that. Almost finished. I was going to put it out today, but instead this has happened. So here I am doing this. I could have not. I could have just taken advantage of that massive privilege that is to just close the internet down and carry on with my life. But that doesn't vibe well with me. I don't like that. I can't do that. I needed to do something. And this is one of the many things that I can do. It is not the only thing. There will be other things I will do afterwards. But I'm doing this one now, talking to you. Hopefully you'll do something too. Because the doing of the thing is the thing. By your actions do we know you. Not your words, not your internet posts, not what you're thinking at the time, but the stuff that you do. That's it. It's all about finding something constructive to do, being constructive with it. And like I say, might not help, but you don't know till you try, do you? Because every time you find yourself in a crappy situation, whatever it is, you have a choice. You can either let it happen as it is, or you can do your best to change it. Those are the two options. Everything boils down to that. Not just the big shit, but everything in life. You either say, this is fine, I allow this to continue, or you don't. For example, job's not paying you enough. You can sit and moan about it. You can post about how you're underpaid on the internet. But if you don't talk to your manager about a pay rise or start looking for another job somewhere else, Nothing's going to change. It is what you do that matters. Another one, your housemate leaves his dirty pots in the sink all the time. You can moan about it to your friends down the pub. You can post about it on Blue Sky or whatever. Or you can visit him in the middle of the night and beat him about a bit with a spatula. Only one of those is going to change the situation. It's not your words, it's not your thoughts, it's what you do that matters. If you want things to get better, if you want things to genuinely, actually change, then every time you hear about something bad happening, doesn't have to involve you, doesn't have to impact your life at all. Every time you hear something bad happening, respond with one sentence. What am I going to do about it? Because that there is the first step on the road to a better world. There's lots of other steps afterwards. That's not it by a long way. But that first step is always, what can I do? What can I do to make this better? How can I affect change about this thing? Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you don't care. That's fine. You've chosen. That's your choice. Absolutely fine. I don't know how to explain caring about other people to you. You either get it or you don't. So, the Supreme Court has handed down a ruling that is deeply and wide-reachingly damaging to trans people. What are you going to do about it?
That was Probably True, the LGBTQ plus storytelling project created to remind all of our queer siblings that we are none of us alone. If you liked it, then comment, share, subscribe, and join the Patreon. Or just tell all your friends. If you didn't like it, tell me. Come at me, bro.